We're with Kenny Nguyen, who just topped.
Hi. Oh, yeah, the UDS, right. Yeah, so I got top 16. I played Sky Striker, and yeah, pretty just standard list, nothing really too special. I'll just go through the cards, explain some of my choices, and that'll be it. So for monsters, played the Ray. So for my hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, and 3 Impermanence. I think this is pretty standard. I was gonna play Ghost Ogre over like these two because I thought like it'd be good against Striker because you can hit multi-roll, and a lot of people, they don't really play around Ogre anymore because they think this is like the staple hand trap. So then they like hella ape it, right? So then they just like commit a bunch to multi-roll because they think that they'll just get everything back in the end phase. But then I decided against it because I thought Salamangreat would be more popular than Striker, and Ghost Ogre is like a completely dead card against that deck. So I maxed this out.
So did you like your hand trap ratios?
Sort of. Like, I really like this card only going second. I hate it when I go first. I even thought about playing 2 of it, but then like I really just want like the effect negations going second. But I did have 2 at first because I was playing Shared Ride in the main 2 because I thought that card was broken, but there was just no room. But I'll get into the spells and speak more about the Shared Rides. So that's the monster and hand traps. For spells, yeah, and play 3. I guess I'll just talk about this ratio. Some people play 2. I played 3 because you need it in the mirror match and Salamangreat because they're both decks that you grind against. And in the grind games, this is how you beat any grind game. So like the meta right now is like all slow decks, and then this is like the best card in like the slow matchups. And then I was gonna play 3 of this, but then I played. I cut this because I wanted to play this card. This is really controversial in this deck because, especially in this deck because of like the resources, right? So like, it's really bad if you banish like Rays because there's only 4 copies of them in second play, and then it's really bad if you banish multiple copies of this. It's not only bad if you banish like multiple copies of anything, but it's like with this deck just bricks more than it like should. So then I think maxing, or not maxing, but I think playing this card is correct because you just need to see a starter. And like throughout the tournament, I only had I think 2 games, like not even matches, like 2 games in total where I didn't see a Ray turn 1. And that's like, out of 13 rounds, not seeing a Ray, like just 2 games is like really good because the last 2 events I played, I didn't play Desires, and I literally, like, I play like regionals, and I can't get a starter, and I just always lose because I refuse to play this card because I'm so scared of like playing it. But then like, you just have to realize that like, you need to play turn 1, so I thought these were really good, even though like, it cost me the game in top 16, but it won me more games than Swiss, so like, it's gonna happen, but like you need to get lucky to win anyway. So I think this was correct. 2 terraforming. This does lose the draw, but that draw was getting cut more because people weren't playing Danger Thunder anymore, and it's kind of dumb to main deck draw because it's decent against this deck, but it's like completely terrible against Salamangreat. So then I didn't think people would be playing it. And it's like a spell, so that's what you want it. And then the goods engine is pretty standard. Then I played Leech and Sister. So a lot of people tell me that MST is better, and I tested MST. The problem is that they think MST is better because usually the Salamangreat combos goes through the entire combo and then they get Roar, right? So they like set the Roar, and then in theory it's like, oh, like I'd rather just space the Roar, bait it out, and I don't have to discard a card. But the problem is that like that's a very like dream scenario. Like it never happens where they full combo you and set it back, or they always full combo you and set multiple. So in theory, like it seems like you can just hit Roar, but then like you're always playing at like a 33% chance odd because they always set multiples against you. That's one, and then 2, it's like this card is just way better than MST if you go first against Salamangreat, and then if you're not playing against Salamangreat, like if you play the mirror match, Subterra, Geist, or like True Draco, or like even anti-meta decks, like any other decks, this is just a superior MST. So it's like good against cross matchup, and like I just think it's way better than MST like going first. And then for the one of Sky Striker, I played 41 cards and I had like 2 of this in, but I knew I just couldn't do that because I just brick a lot with this deck. And I really wanted to play this. It was like 2 of these. I wasn't too sure on this, even though I know it's like really good. This format right now, especially with Salmon Great. But like all these cards, I think have like different utilities that your non-engine cards can't do. But then this is like sort of similar to like this, right? So then like I thought playing this was like without this is fine, but then just having it be searched was really good. And then what I learned is that later out through the game, you can hit a artifact Sanctum with this, and then if they chain Sanctum and bring out Scythe, this kills the Scythe, and then Scythe has to like successfully summon to resolve the effect. So if you hit a Sanctum with this and then you kill the Scythe, when it comes out, the Scythe doesn't resolve and you can still play. So that's pretty cool. And then this actually won me a lot of games against combo decks, more than back row decks. Like I killed Diabolus with this, and like a bunch of big monsters. Like there was I broke a field of like against Danger Thunder where he had like Zombie Stein and Hot Red, because like I just like played this and then like set a back row and then just do this to kill the other thing, and like it's like really useful, honestly, like very versatile. So I'm glad I played it. But like I wish I played another copy of this because my deck I don't think is very good in the mirror because people are playing multiple of this and it's like really annoying. Yeah, and then Upstart Rhoda. Right,
so in the end, it's 40 cards?
Yeah, 40 cards. Was playing 41 for a while, but just couldn't bring myself to go over it. Just because, like, this deck's good, but, like, you just need to play. So, like, I don't know. I stress that a lot. So I'm just going to go extra deck. Yeah, these and one of this. I was supposed to play 2 and 2 of this because you usually use one as a buffer when you go through area 0. Because there's a chance you can hit engage, so then you just go Kana, because you always throw one away anyway, and it kind of sucks because I kept throwing away Hayates, but it's like just better to be like gaining life for like free, you know. So I definitely should have played 2 of this, but I just didn't think about it at the time. So that's pretty standard. So extra deck for the other 5 cards, I actually use all the other 5 cards for once. Usually when I play this deck, I usually go through all the links, but then like all these cards are actually really useful for me, and like through playtesting, all these cards actually came up, and I use every single one today. So it's Boar Sword, Bomber, Unicorn, Phoenix, and Meteor Suit. This card's really good because sometimes you attack their Silent Wolf. So in the mirror or against Silent Great, I make this a lot actually because you hit the you attack into a Sunlight Wolf. They use Bailings to protect, and then you Widow Anchor, take their Sunlight Wolf, and then you use Sunlight Wolf to attack something else. And then main phase 2, you can make this and kill like the Stalio or whatever, and then. And like that's really good because you can just make this and then you can clear like cards on the field, and if they don't Bailings you, you can just attack their thing, make this, and then you can kill something else, and then they can't Bailings because this sends. So I think this is really good. This to go for game. Yeah, this happened a lot because I played 6 Danger Thunder, and then I actually made this like a lot because they would leave like 11 years on the field and like just big monsters. Then I just like Widow Anchor, Shark Cannon, Hornet Drones, make this, and then it gains attack and killing this really good. Bomber, like I set this up with like Shark Cannon and Hornet Drones like a lot today. This is really good. Unicorn, probably the least made one, but then I won me a game like when it was like close to time because like against Danger Thunder we were like just setting cards back and forth, and then I was able to get enough resources to make this, spin back a set monster, go for game, and then it's pretty standard. Yeah, so the extra deck was really good. I actually summoned every single card in here, so I really liked it. The only change would be a second Kana. Alright, so for the side, I play 2 Banker Tops. This card's not very good, honestly. I didn't even want to play it because this is only good against Salmon Great if you draw this with a Ray. If you draw this by itself with no engine card, it's like really, really bad. So like, it's a card that like combos really well with Ray, but then in the end, I don't think it's very good. And then it's kind of risky sometimes because this card is just very, very go second base. And some Salmon Great players make you go first, and then when it gets close to time, it's kind of weird because you don't know if you want to side in or not. Because when it's close to time, they make you go first. So it's like I don't know. I didn't really like it. 2 Ghost Ogre. This card's really good. People don't play around it or respect it anymore. I think it's really good against Danger Thunder, really good against Samir, and like non-Salmon Great decks, like even Rogue decks, like True Draco. I think this card's really good. Do Shared Ride. I think it's the best card in the mirror. I decided going first against Salmon Great as well. Just because I think this card's really good against Salamangreat, not because of like you won't plus that much. You'll end their turn like pretty consistently because they won't go do like the Sunlight Wolf combo. But the main thing I really like about it is that it's a chainable card. So then like they side in cards like Pankratops and Twin Twisters against you. And when you hit one of this, it's like so broken because like it freezes their turn, and like when they Twin Twister, they go minus. And then you hit them with one of these, it's like when they give you a card, then they're like going down even more. So like being chainable is like the main reason why I side against Salamangreat. If this was like a Floodgate card that lets you draw one, I probably wouldn't play it. So like it's decent against Salamangreat, but being chainable makes it like really good. Yeah. These, no one plays it anymore, so I think this card is broken when nobody plays it. Yeah, so like this one made game like literally round 1. My opponent was playing Altergeist, like he was playing like Card of Demise. He went like Marionetta, Card of Demise, had like Secret Village set 5, and I was like, okay, did this. And then against like I was siding against Salamangreat 2 at the beginning of the day because I thought that like people were more oriented on more trap builds, but like, using Trap Trick and like strikes and stuff. So like if you can just hand trap them or like use a Twin Twister to bait Roar, you can just drop one of these. But towards the later rounds, I noticed that most Salamangreat decks were just playing like the multiple hand trap builds, where like so they would just make a field, set like 2, 1 sometimes, and then just have like 3 hand traps in hand, and like this is terrible. But it's really good against all the rogue decks. And one of those is like stupid decks, so I played it. And then do Summon Limit. I drew this card once. I played against 6 Danger Thunder, and I drew this card once, and it got twinned. So I did not use this card at all. So I honestly think DDG, Different Dimension Ground, would just be better than this because I really don't like the continuous cards because like what they side against Sky Striker is not cards to stop your engine, right? Because like they think people always how do I say this? Like people don't think Sky Striker is like a good like engine deck, so they don't side in cards that stop your engine. They side in cards to get rid of your back row. So like you're siding in cards for cards that they side against you. So it's like they side in Twin and Pankratops. They don't side in cards like, I don't know, like Magic Jammer or whatever to stop your spells because they want that to go through. They just want to stop you. They want to stop cards like this, not like your Sky Striker cards. But like when you side a card like this in, you're like kind of helping them in a way because like you're siding in a card that they're siding in to like stop. So it's like I don't think it's very good. And like I said, like it's like same theory with this. Like you need chainables, I think, or else you just get blown out. And then the last 2 cards is Storm Duster because I just wanted more copies of like Twin when I went first against the decks, and like I think like I had a really good matchup against like, all like the Floodgate decks, like this, and like this are like really good. And I don't really like oversiding against like Salamangreat and stuff because like your engine beats their engine, so like you want to keep most engine cards and not play like non-engine cards like this. Because like the way I beat Salamangreat a lot is like me just playing a bunch of engine cards to push through their board, like Area Zero, Multi-Roll, Engage. Like all like the Sky Striker cards are what beats the Salamangreat deck, not like these like weird side deck cards, you know. And yeah, that's the deck.
Okay. Do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah. So I got a few shoutouts for some people that I drove down with. So yeah, we're from NorCal, and yeah, shoutouts to everyone that I drove down with. Especially shoutouts to Bruce behind the camera because he let me borrow the Boral Sword because I'm too poor to afford one. And shoutouts to Gospel for playing the best deck ever. And Bruce too. They both played Trains. Too bad they couldn't top, but like they were like really close, and like I was super rooting for them. But yeah, that was awesome to see like Trains up there. Then shoutouts to Brian Chen for letting me borrow the Impermanences, and then shoutouts to Tom, and then shoutouts to Cal for the hotels, and then shoutouts to Ken. And then shoutouts to Ken for always raging at locals, and then and then shoutouts to it makes locals enjoyable, right? And then shoutouts to Ultimate Cards TCG, my team and sponsor, and then shoutouts to Just Flip TCG because like that's my locals, and like gotta give them support, you know. So if you ever come to Northern California, come visit us at Just Flip TCG. It's probably the best locals, not like in California, honestly, because we have like everyone there has like premier tops, and like we have YCS champions that like play there too. So it's really good locals. And then shouts to Julio for giving me some cards as well. Don't really remember which. And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay, cool. And one more time, congratulations on your top, and hopefully we'll see you again with more tops.
All right, cool. Thank you.